Hi, my name is Mark Andrew Parson, 64 years old, April 30th, 1954. Well, I have to tell this story, okay? Believe it or not, I don't even care. I'm too old to give a shit. So I just want to tell you about the time I was camping by myself. I was up in Juneau, Alaska. I live in Hawaii now, but I was writing in my journal, which I've done my whole life since I was a kid, and these two faces popped out of the journal and started talking to me. Okay, I'm insane. Call me anything you want. Schizophrenic, hearing voices, whatever. Too many drugs, whatever. I don't give a shit. I really don't. But the truth is, these two beings confronted me. And they claimed they were from Arcturus. They also claimed that their race had been on this planet 25,000 years ahead of us, ahead of the human race, the Arcturians. And having this, they were etheric beings. They traveled on another plane. They're not on the physical plane. We're in the gross physical. They're not. They're not imprisoned by the physical three-dimensional world of duality that we are. And they tried to explain, the way they explained things to me, since they have no mouths, was they projected images and information like downloading on this tab, like when you download something. But, I was kind of amazed. I was shocked and amazed. And then on the other hand, it didn't surprise me a bit that these beings were here, because I knew, having been born with sight, and I'm the only one in my family that has ever even done anything with it. Both my older brothers and my younger sister have a sight. I think a lot of us have sight, especially nowadays, the millennials and the... But anyway, I saw them clearly in my mind's eye. I had been doing Kriya meditation for a couple of years, so my pineal gland in the center of my brain was open, and it's a receiver. So they knew this, and it being 25,000 years, our superiors, as far as like experience and evolutionarily, speaking, they're 25,000 years. Imagine us 25,000 years from now. What we'll have, probably won't have a mouth. I'll probably be able to communicate just mentally like they do. And they don't have legs, they float. And you can see, obviously, their lamps are lit because you can sense this intense energy on the top of their heads, or at least people with sight. A lot of people in this world don't have sight. They don't even have a glimpse of sight. They're so connected to the physical that they could never see into another dimension because of their absolute attachment to this, whatever, this is gross physical body that we burn through these bodies pretty quickly in our lives. And I know, but what the Arcturians, getting back to the point of the alien encounter I had, having my pineal stimulated was of interest to them, and beyond that, having my lamp lit by Satguru was even more interesting. And they knew Jerry, they knew lamplighters, and they knew what I was about. So here's the deal they made with me, believe it or not. They told me they wanted to implant me with a receiver, sender receiver, and it would be part etheric and it would be part physical. I don't know what they did, really. But the deal was I would, since I spend a lot of time out in the wilderness and I'm a nature freak and I'm always at the bottom of the Grand Canyon or out on some mountain in Yosemite or some iceberg in Alaska or, Thailand, Australia, South America, I've been getting around lately, but not talking about it. But because I'm in wilderness areas, like I'm in Hawaii right now, I'm on the edge of the lava flow, literally. I'm in Pahoa. I'm in Orchid Land Estates, and a lot of these streets are closed because they're just, there's lava flowing a couple of miles from here. I love it. But I was supposed to be here, so I'm here. But they said they wanted me to look for minerals for them. So I'm here, and there's minerals spewing out of the ground right now. So they sent me here, I'm telling you. These guys, but in return, okay, what I get for this implant, and Shelley told me never to speak of this ever to anyone. So you can think I'm crazy, you think I've taken too many drugs. I don't care. I really don't, because I'm too old to give a shit. And I love you all. You have to know, this life is just like these tiny little blips, these short little blips of lives that we have in the big picture. But then they seem to last forever, huh? So, it's the infinite now that we're constantly in, if you can grasp that subject. But anyway, I was to look for minerals for these guys. Crystals, believe me. Can you believe it? It's almost like, and their ship looked so cliche. It almost looked like a Romulan vessel on Star Trek. And I'm like, really? Science fiction / science fact? Ever since H.G. Wells, we've known this. Look, human beings were not very evolved, okay? Much work is needed. And if you're watching this, I'm probably long dead now, but I'll be back, I guarantee. I don't care if you believe in reincarnation. I really don't. You'll be back. So, it's like these two aliens would download information. They wanted me to learn the history of Arcturus, okay? I asked them. I said, what's your history of your planet? I'd like to just know a little bit, so help me get a basis with you guys, And what they do, they don't have mouths. They don't use words. They use thoughts and images. And they're very clever. They downloaded into me, into my mind, so I could see it like a video. It was like a complete tutorial history on Arcturus and the nebula they're from, and how they've evolved over the years. And they're like, they're like 250,000 years ahead of us, okay? Think of that. Consider it. They seem kind of anal to me, but they're just evolved. They've evolved out of useless words that get in the way of our true meaning of conversation. Just, words are kind of stupid. Thoughts are kind of stupid. The now is the only thing we have. It's the most important thing, and the light protects us. These aliens, they tried to tell me their names, and it was like, it's like, okay. And I was in the store where I was in the Yosemite Market or something, and I saw this National Enquirer. It says Elfin. No, they saw it. They were in some store. Yeah, right. I got to straighten this out. It's been a while. But they saw a National Enquirer, one of the tabloids, and it said Elton says Elvis is an alien too. Is what it said on the cover. And so they said, why don't you call us Elvis and Elton? So that's what I call them. I call them Elvis and Elton. I can pronounce that, okay? We're like, for them, we're like communicating with cattle, or with like, I don't know, the British communicating with the Aborigines. On one hand, Aborigines are smarter than the British, and on the other hand, the British have more technology. So I don't know. Where are you? Where are we? But the Arcturians seem nice. This happened in 1994 during the summer. So, it's been a while. I've been implanted. And anytime I'm in a wilderness area at the bottom of the Grand Canyon out here overlooking the lava, I can feel that optic sensor. I can feel it working and gathering information and sending it to them. And in exchange, the deal they gave me was that all my friends and family and loved ones, which you may be watching this, I'm long dead, but you're my loved one, possibly, would have charmed and abundant lives on this planet, squeeze through the cracks and not have to endure such harsh karmic predicaments that the rest of us endure. I don't care how rich, poor you are, we're all dodging karma here, okay? Believe it or not. We're building soul as a result of paying karma. The last 2 years of my life were horrible. I begged Elvis to help me. I begged anybody to help me. I was hurting. And it's just something I had to go through in order to build my soul to a compassionate state, to not selfish, but a state of compassion. And so, I feel for anything anybody's going through, but I also know once you go through it, you've worked it out and you don't have to pay it again, thank God. Anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys and just remind you how much we all love each other. It's truly one of the biggest secrets on the planet is that we all truly love each other. Aloha.